would you do if you found out your husband and your sister's husband had been planning this the whole time? I married my sister's abusive fiancé. She married my cheating ex. Everyone called us the family that couldn't stay in our own relationship. Nobody knew the truth. That our husbands had planned the swap together 6 months before either of us said I do. My sister Ivy and I were never close growing up, but the year we both got engaged, we finally had something in common. She was marrying Dexter, this intense, magnetic guy who texted her 40 times a day and called it love. I was marrying Foster, my college boyfriend, who just landed a huge promotion and suddenly stopped answering his phone on weekends. We should have seen the warning signs. Instead, we saw 2 weddings 6 months apart, and we were happy for each other. Then everything fell apart in the same season. Ivy called me crying at midnight. Dexter checks my location every hour. If I don't answer within 10 minutes, he shows up wherever I am. I told her to leave. She said, "It's not that simple, Marlo. He controls the joint account. He controls everything." 2 weeks later, I found out why Foster kept disappearing on weekends. A woman named Priya from his office, who'd been posting vacation photos with him for months. I confronted him. He didn't even deny it. "You were never going to make me happy long term anyway," he said, like he was doing me a favor. Both engagements ended within a month of each other. Ivy moved back in with our parents. I moved into a studio apartment and ate cereal for dinner for 3 weeks straight. Here's the part nobody expected. Dexter showed up at our parents' house to check on Ivy and ran into me instead. He was different with me, calmer, attentive, said all the right things about how he'd changed. Around the same time, Foster reached out to Ivy, apologizing on my behalf for things that were never his to apologize for, worming his way into family dinners. Within a year, Dexter had a ring for me. Foster had one for Ivy. Our parents thought it was fate healing itself. Ivy and I stood in each other's bridal party, smiling in photos, telling ourselves this was different. This was real. I believed it completely. Until 3 months into my marriage, I found a shared banking app on Dexter's laptop with Foster's name listed as a joint account holder. I sat there staring at the screen, certain I was misreading it. Then I found the messages. Dexter to Foster. "She trusts me completely now. Once the inheritance clears in her name, we split it exactly like we planned." Foster's reply, "Same here. Ivy signed the new life insurance policy last week. Should have done this from the start instead of dating them separately. Swapping made them trust us twice as fast." My stomach dropped through the floor. This was never about love. Our grandmother had left both Ivy and me inheritances that unlocked upon marriage. Dexter and Foster had known each other for years. College roommates, actually. And when their first attempt with the wrong sister started falling apart, they didn't walk away. They traded. A clean slate, a sister who hadn't been burned yet. Someone easier to fool the second time around. I called Ivy immediately. "Check your laptop. Check everything Foster's ever sent you." 20 minutes later, she called back, and she wasn't crying. She sounded exactly like me. Cold, awake, done. We didn't confront them separately. We waited until both men were at our parents' house for Sunday dinner, sat across from them, and Ivy set her phone on the table. Screen up, message thread visible. "Explain the joint account," she said. Dexter's face went white. Foster actually laughed like he could talk his way out of it. "It's not what it looks like." I slid my own phone across the table next to hers. "We have 4 months of messages. Every plan, every split, every date you compared notes on how to control us." Our father read 3 lines and stood up so fast his chair hit the wall. "Get out of my house, both of you." We'd both signed prenups our lawyer insisted on. Ones neither man read closely because they were so confident they'd already won. Those prenups protected every cent of our inheritances the moment infidelity or financial deception was proven. Both marriages were annulled within 2 months. Dexter and Foster lost access to everything they'd spent 2 years engineering. Ivy and I, who barely spoke growing up, now talk every single day. Last week she said something I haven't stopped thinking about. "We spent so long thinking we picked the wrong men, we never once considered they picked us."